Another tool you can use is the patch tool. And the way the patch tool works is for an area like, let's say, this area right here where I've got this tear in the photo. In using the patch tool, we can still be on our non-destructive layer here. And the way that the patch tool works is it's kind of like the lasso where you click and drag to define the area that you want to patch. And once you've defined that area, as long as you have the patch on content aware, Photoshop's going to try to anticipate what it is that you're trying to patch. And as I'm clicking and dragging here to just define the patch itself. When I release my mouse, Photoshop tries to blend with whatever is in the surroundings there, and that usually is a pretty good way of patching areas that can be problematic. There are times when you have gradients where it's not going to be ideal, but and you also can get blotchy areas if you're not careful with this. So you want to always be zooming in and out, and that's another reason why it's good to put these corrections on their own layer. Sometimes what you didn't get with the patch tool, you can use the clone stamp for. The way the clone stamp works is a lot like the healing brush. You use the Option or the Alt key to define a source area, and you click wherever you want the source area to be. And then, it's kind of hard to see. Let's see if I can. Photoshop is kind of showing you what it's going to paint in any one area. So it doesn't always work super well, and I find that it really helps to be zoomed in a lot. This is another situation where you want it to sample the current layer and below with the clone stamp. So once you have that set, you can work on a separate layer to have a non-destructive edit. So to use the content aware move tool, what this tool does is basically it allows you to select an area, and it uses the nearest pixels in order for you to take a selection of one area and move it somewhere else. We're going to use it here to try to repeat this drapery area up at the top here where I have a lot of damage happening. I'm going to go to the non-destructive layer edit, and I want to click sample all layers up at the top. And then, kind of like the spot healing brush, you're going to just click and drag to define a source area. You can also scale that shape as well, which is kind of nice. And once you're happy with where the content is located, you can hit the return key and then deselect, and you can see that that's pretty evenly moved that information up. So in an area where I have pretty similar information, it's an easy enough fix. So when you zoom in, you can see that this is going to work really well for just getting rid of some of these little small problem areas.